All right, Blaze, you can breathe now. I guess we gotta really stop telling our fans on the Discord to hold their breath when they're not allowed to talk.
I just thought I'd say it to get them excited for the next recording. I didn't think anyone would hold their breath for a full week.
But Blaze is our biggest fan. He'll do whatever the fuck we say. Like, Blaze, cue the roll call.
Got it.
We are live!
Mike! Zenkaigan! Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Wielding equipment, the plot, and ire! Bluecaster, Ishida Zazil!
Loud and impulsive, Pinkcaster, Lane!
Explorer from the unknown, Yellowcaster, Autocar.
One little spark of courage, Dreamcaster, Global Perga!
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air!
Welcome everyone to Radio Sentai Castranger!
Episode 220.
Oh yeah!
Episode Swineup.
Oh, Swineup, cool. I like him, he's cute.
I don't even like Piloswine.
I like Mamoswine. Mamoswine's cool.
Decent.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, Paradox Ride Watch.
Kevin was just immediately like, fuck!
Already pre-ordered.
Paradix.
Paradix Ride Watch.
Get it, Time Paradox.
Yes, so it's me, Pinkcaster, me Bluecaster.
You say Pinkcaster?
Bluecaster, we have Dreamcaster, and then we have Blazecaster here for the Zeo portion.
Blazecaster.
Spellcaster.
Whatever.
Also, we did it again. They heard the roll call. They know who's here.
Okay, and Gar will show up after the Zeo discussion. He's currently on his way home.
He's in our closet, holding his breath.
He's currently gone.
Is he actually in the house?
No, he's on his way home.
He's running home with toast in his mouth because it's Christmas Day.
But he doesn't watch Zeo, so it doesn't really matter. So this week we're talking about Zeo episode 9 and 9.5, Patranger episode 38. Get to that later. And for our feature topic, we are talking about Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger versus Keisatsu Sentai Patranger Girlfriend Army.
AKA the worst named special in history.
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Sure, I just don't know why it was Girlfriend Army.
Anyways, let's Rider time! I don't think it worked.
Rider time.
Kamen Rider.
Zeo!
My button took a few seconds to kick in.
So yeah, episode 9, the O's chapter.
Featuring Dan.
Motherfucking Kuroto.
They made this perfect.
Wow.
So,
what a fucking roller coaster of an episode.
I think Tetsuya Iwanaga just decided, you know what? This will probably be my last time showing up as fucking Dan Kuroto, so I'm just gonna take what I've already made with Dan Kuroto and just fucking turn it up to an 11.
Well, at the end of the last episode, because I watched them all today, it had him just tipping back in his chair, licking his lips like freaking Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, and he does it again this episode.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, like, every single time he was on screen, he just went like,
he almost had King Turbo levels of blep in this episode, and it was great.
I'd like to think if Gar was watching Zeo with us, this would have been the episode to just cut him off completely.
Yeah,
no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I'm out.
Same Dan, but with O's noises.
More like O-U-T.
Dangerous O's.
So, immediate parallels between Dan and O's. The Dan Foundation, for anyone paying attention, is clearly a reference to the Kogami Foundation, not just because this is the O's saga in general, but also if you look at the logo at the front of his castle, it's in the exact same font. Also in our chat, there's a nice custom of Gates Paradox armor.
That is fucking good.
Okay, that's great.
You know what? I need to keep that and show it to Kevin.
But yes, the Dan Foundation is clearly supposed to be the Kogami Foundation, except Kogami doesn't exist in this universe.
Because Dan?
I think
Apparently, what happened is back in 2016, Dan kills Masamune and takes over the company.
Yeah, my fucking god, he just fucking snaps, breaks his neck, and just tosses him on the ground.
I'm kind of sad they couldn't get his actual actor back, because I feel like he should have been completely down to get back into this.
I think based on what they said later on in the episode, Kogami Foundation did exist. It's just Dan did the exact same thing he did with his father. He just killed all of them and took their company.
Yeah.
Dan is horrible, but also amazing.
Right?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I have to say that this episode, Sougo is extremely relatable.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the episode where I'm actually really enjoying Sougo as a character.
Because it was just like, he runs in, it's just like, teach me how to be Dan.
Teach me how to king!
Yes.
I want to be you! Wait, I've got it. Oh, I just can't wait to be king!
Yeah, and so like he figures, oh my god, you're a king, I can learn from you and stuff like that. And like even Waz is just like, you should really concentrate on getting the O's right, watch. So go, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna learn how to be a king.
I'm gonna be a mighty king, so time jackers beware!
When he says he wants to learn how to be the best
did this
king
joke,
from Dan.
Yeah, we did.
When he says he wants to learn how to be the best king from Dan, Waz is just almost like, they grew up so fast.
My little boy's off to college! I have to say, Dan's fucking pimp robe, I like it. The hat kind of ruins it.
The hat's fucking ridiculous.
It looks like a woman's hat. It looks like
Are
something
you saying pull it off?
he stole it from some lady at a country club.
But yeah,
Or a funeral.
so
Probably his dad's funeral.
So Dan, standing on top of his fucking castle, just decides to declare independence from Japan and make the Dan Foundation his own micronation.
Welcome to the country of Dan!
And so then, like, one of the people down below was just like, "Fuck you! You can't do that! Oh, the fuck I can!" And just
at him
fucking
and turns him into a mummy man.
turns him into a yummy.
I love that. The fuck I can't! Fling, fling!
I wasn't sure if there was necessary context. I did not know.
Well, those are called yummies.
Because I was just thinking he just threw a coin at him and he turned him into a mummy man.
That's from O's.
That's how the monsters were made in O's. The monsters would put shell metals inside people.
They're called yummies and they eat people's
Yeah,
desires.
apparently we all have
They're
coin
kind of
slots
like
in our
popsicles
foreheads.
without the stick.
Yeah.
No, literally, that's how they describe them. Popsicles without the stick.
Yep. So we see Sougo right after the episode opening, and he's just looking at a drawing of Nobunaga, and I'm like,
Nobunaga!
I thought this was the O's chapter, not the Ghost chapter,
No, that'll be Musashi.
right? And Gates walks in like, oh look, I see you're studying under other asshole demon lords.
And Soup just like, oh, who the fuck's that? He looks important.
I guess Omazeo destroyed all their schools if Soup doesn't know who Nobunaga is.
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
Soup is.
She doesn't know her own kind.
that's weird.
Those who do not learn from his Soup history are doomed to reheat it.
So of course, like Gates decides he wants to go kick Dan's ass himself because he just decides, I'm Gates. I hate kings.
Well, let's be real. A
I'm
king
Gates
killed
and I
his
hate
family
kings.
and everyone in his world, so it's kind of understandable that he hates anyone.
Dan would never do such a thing like that. He's so much different from Omazeo. He wouldn't kill people.
Like how he...
Oh
Guys,
wait.
guys,
people-
Dan is Omazeo.
But just Dianjin's Watashi wa Wagamuda! Just fucking
Same riff, but
God.
with Oma noises.
Gar would never watch Rider ever again.
I feel like Gar would go to Japan and just try to kill Dan's actor.
No. It'll be exactly the clip from Family Guy where Stewie like watches Bewitched with Will Ferrell and then travels on a plane, goes to Los Angeles, goes to Will Ferrell's house, kicks him in the shins. It wasn't funny and it's never gonna be funny. You're stupid.
Oh my god! And
Yeah,
I'm just
the episode of
imagining the
Cast-
ultimate, like Omazeo. Wait a minute. He goes to Omazeo is Gar.
Garmazio?
If
The whole time it was Gar. He was
if
so
Omazeo
mad
turned-
about Kamen Rider Zeo, he became Kamen Rider Zeo.
No wonder he's never here when we're talking about Zeo.
If
Oma Two
Omazeo-
Pants?
If
Oma
Omazeo
Two
turned out to
Pants.
be Dan, I feel like the episode would end with Gar just staring off in the distance.
He's Oma Two Pants.
Oh, my two pants. Oh, my two pants.
Oh, my two pants! I can't hit you!
Oh, my two
I got
pants!
2 pants, I can't hit you!
That's,
Oh my god!
Oma Two Hands is his super form in Garms.
Yeah. So Sougo and crew gather outside the Dan Foundation's front door / country border, I guess.
And yeah, just... I guess Sougo is an invader.
Yeah, like there's this crowd of people who are standing there wondering what the hell's going on, even though there was just a monster attacking people not 5 minutes ago.
And Sougo's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And then he somehow, completely shown off screen, sneaks onto the fucking property!
Yep.
Closely followed by fucking Gates and Soup! Was there just a giant gaping hole in the wall that no one else saw?
No, he just climbed over a hill.
It used Phantom of the Paradise logic where you can just jump a fence and get into a really famous guy's house.
There you go. That's how that works.
There was a wall. I went over it.
So, we find some yummies attacking more of Dan's staff because he's just a fucking bastard like that.
He just doesn't care.
And as Sougo and Gates start saving the people, Sogo's like, "Well, Gates, you fight good. I decided to wait 9 episodes to realize this. I'm gonna make you captain of my royal guard.
And just immediately
Get fucked, asshole."
Yeah, fuck you. Chill out, dickwad.
Like, what? You're just noticing now after 9 episodes that Gates knows how to punch a dude?
And Dan just walks out. What is all this noise? You're disturbing my kingly nap.
Oh yeah.
Why do you sound like Skeletor?
Right.
Now, what I want to know is, what exactly does the Dan Foundation do?
My follow-up question is, what the fuck did the Kogami Foundation do?
Cakes.
Don't ask.
Because that's all
questions.
we saw what Kogami did was just make cakes every time and go on expeditions.
I was gonna-
Is he like the descendant of the king or something?
I was gonna say, I think he's a descendant of the original O's, and I think
remember
the
that.
Kogami Foundation was about curating museum-type collectibles.
Like artifacts and stuff.
That.
Yeah.
That's why they had the seal.
Oh yeah, because you know what? That is the thing in real life where like foundations, you know, they like fund museums and stuff like that, and research and expeditions.
They
and everything.
fund expeditions like fucking
expeditions.
like fucking Indiana Jones and shit.
Okay, yeah. So he keeps
Indiana
he funds game museums.
No, you know what it is? He's like an NPC sending out people on quests.
We here at the Dan Foundation help out any Dans out there. To all the Dans out
If
there,
your name's Dan, we got a plan.
we love you.
If your name is Dan and also Kuroto, we're here for you.
Don't you want a man whose tall name is Dan? And he's Genmu.
And
Yeah, he's getting
Yeah, I think I made that joke when he first showed up.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay, so Dan
He's
has
also-
decided to name himself yet again, except this time it's stupider than ever before.
Dan Kuroto. Oh.
Oh!
It's a name you really have to be listening to pay attention to understand.
And then we just see like Gates and Super just like King, and then Sougo King.
Yeah, that was good. It was just like Dan Kuroto King.
King.
More like
He said Sougo's trigger word.
Oh no! So then
I got it. That's the reason Gates' axe says "oh no" is not just because "oh no" is the Japanese word for axe. He's saying "oh" as in king. No, oh.
There has to be a joke with that.
Yes.
Fucking goddamn it!
We figured it out.
More reason for me to hate that weapon.
I'll just go and get it, oh wicked witch of the west.
So then, like, later on, we see, like, Dan or whatever like that. He's...
Well, no, we were back to the yummies attacking the Dan staff. Gates and Zio immediately henshin right into Forze and Wizard armors to stop the lowest level mooks they've ever fought.
Yeah, I'm like
A little overkill.
How the most powerful.
Yeah, we need to show up their most powerful forms at the moment.
Even though you watched them 3 episodes ago.
Right?
And 1 episode ago, respectively.
Yep.
But yeah, as they're fighting, Dan shows up with his... Sorry, I just spaced out there for a sec. So Dan shows up, they have their chat, and then he transforms into another Rider O's, complete with weird floppy bird wing ponytails. Like, the form's cool, but those fucking wing ponytails... killing it for me a little.
Yeah, I still like it.
This is the first time
I like wings in places where there aren't wings, so...
I mean, I do too, usually.
What about...
But they're so fucking floppy and goofy.
So does that mean you guys like Victini's butt wings?
I forgot about those.
Sorry?
Victini's butt wings.
Oh. I would
like
argue those are
Victini's
lower
butt
back.
Those are 100% butt wings.
God damn it. I just own every Pokemon. I don't have to like them.
I like them.
Victini. I like Victini.
Yeah.
He just has
So
butt wings.
the DX Time Machine came out this week. It's actually a pretty impressive toy. Legs actually move and stuff, and the arms have articulation.
Well, it transforms. I fucking hope so.
Yeah, so and you can put a Zeo figure in there if you want.
I fucking hope so.
And then yeah, you can literally place. What's really smart is, like you
It
can
does
put,
what it's supposed to.
You can put any ride watch in it, but it comes with like a Zeo ride watch like flat plate that you can as a stand-in for the head if you want to just pose it like that.
It should come with the blank one from episode 1.
I agree. It should have.
Post that image in the Discord.
I will. But yeah, this is like with the Genmu ride watch, and it looks fucking awesome.
So yeah, out of nowhere, completely unexplained, flies in the Taka Watchroid, which flies in, plays a song, and then fucks off, and Dan chases after it like a kid hypnotized.
And it's my favorite character so far.
Okay.
What the what?
On the chat.
I'm kidding, but it's just like, it came in, played cool music, and then left.
Oh, sorry, there's a lot of chat system going on I didn't see. There's the image of the Time Machine. And Gar's here.
Tenga Tapa Time Machine. Hi, Gar.
Hang on. What? She's not here. She's on Discord. So then meanwhile, Dan's like talking about I didn't understand. Oh, he's talking about his clothes, I guess? He's being fitted? Oh yeah, okay, he's being fitted.
Hina's making him clothes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hina's here.
Hina is part of his staff from the fashion department. That makes her like secretary of fashion for Danland.
For Danland.
They never really said what he was naming his country.
Jadan.
It's a foundation of land by Dan.
The Dan Foundlandian.
Dan Foundland.
There you go. That's the title of the episode.
Dan Foundland. Because like Newfoundland.
Dan Finland.
Newfound Dan.
That was bad.
Except instead of clothes, you get death!
So he wants zombie style clothes, and then also looks at Vahina. Hey, I like you. Be my queen. And he was like,
I don't get zombie style clothes. Is that just he wants just like regular street clothes?
I wanted
and tattered.
I wanted so bad for her to just go, oh, you want to look like a zombie? Okay, just rip his fucking clothes.
Dangerous clothing.
Same note, same riff, but with clothing sounds.
Also, am I the only one who was reminded of that scene with Mugatu in the first Zoolander with the I'm sorry, did my ping get in the way of your ass?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I invented the dangerous zombie gadget.
Also, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but during the scene in 2016 where Dan kills Masamune and Gates runs in, if you pay attention, there's a shot where you can see Dr. Maki's baby doll on one of the desks.
Bamali!
Does that mean that in this timeline, Masamune was Maki?
Sure, Makimune.
Yes.
I mean,
he was old. You could call him a dinosaur.
The thing that's not really being paid attention to is the fact that the X8 timeline has already been erased which means that even without the happenings of Exe, Dan is still fucking cuckoo bananas for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, understandably.
Which I guess ruins our entire theory that it was the freaking zombie Gashet that made him that.
Yeah, that's the other thing that doesn't go explained. Like, at the end of the last episode, you see Dan flicking the button on Dangerous Zombie Gashet. I'm like, wait, did he still make Gashets?
Well, yeah, like, okay, how I like to determine it as is that when the timeline gets erased, it means, like, the beginning of the show. So, like, the gamer driver and everything, it was all made and stuff like that. It's just that Xaid, like, the events where Emu became Xaid never happened.
Okay, then how do you explain the fact that Evolve didn't come down and murder all of humanity during build?
There was also a thing I remember before with the Go Rider special with that one like demonic game or whatever that they were trying to beat. They said that the game actually looked similar to a Gashet, so there was this theory going around that Gashets are just normal games.
No, they are, because in episode 1, the kid looks at Mighty Action X and goes, "Oh, it's Mighty Action X!" And Dan explains later that, oh, they're only... Can't you just make more Gashets? Well, yes, but these are one-of-a-kind versions. The other ones don't henshin.
Okay, so these...
So Gashets are game cartridges in that world. The ones the writers use are special ones.
Yep. So yeah,
Cool.
Hina being Hina because she hasn't changed one bit because she's
Except she has, because she doesn't have her fucking super strength anymore.
Well, we don't know
Yet.
that.
You don't think she would have floored Dan if she could?
No, because she doesn't attack people. Hina's too sweet. She's always
Yeah,
she always was
her
the
boss.
super nice girl in O's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hina being the sweet, sweet woman that she is was just like, oh no, you're heartless and evil, and Dan's like, then you must die, and like he fucking slaps her. I was like, whoa, dude,
Already
not cool, man,
too far,
not cool. And then he was like, then the best thing ever is,
and then Zio runs in and just grabs his hand.
Fucking high fives him.
Like he goes to like swing at her and deliver what is presumably a killing blow, and Sougo just like nabs him into a handshake. That was great. I like that. And when you look up at Dan right after that, you can tell he's sweaty from multiple takes.
And Sogo's just like, hi, teach me.
I want to be you.
And Dan's just like,
teach me your ways.
And then he makes him his servant, and he's like, it's like, yes, sir. So then,
Meanwhile.
so then he like, so then while that's happening, Gates and Super in 2016 trying to kill him
because when they fought another O's the first time, the time plate on his back was cracked in a way that made Soup think it said 2016.
Yeah,
haha, because 2016 is the Exade year.
And then because Dan like dropped his Genmu ride watch earlier,
which I'm looking forward to an explanation on.
Gates picked it up. Well, we'll find out in episode 10 probably.
I know.
So Gates picked it up and then he used it to transform into Gates' Genmu armor, and it's fucking awesome looking. I love it.
I do not like it.
Okay. No, I like the visor, and I like the black like spiky hair with the helmet. It looks really, really good with the eyes, and just like it just looks good. It's so good.
People in our chat are coming up with names for the Dan country. Lisbeth. I'm probably bastardizing that name. Leah Lisblitz says that the name of his country should be Dand.
Like Danland?
Yeah.
Danland.
Orb's calling it Danville.
The better version of
There
Dunville.
better be a fucking platypus.
Danida?
Yeah!
Oh!
Kuroto, Evil
Zio-
Incorporated.
Zio laser armor, that's pretty cool.
You should make custom. You should try to see if you can make like laser or Zio Chambra laser Chambra armor.
As in like level
make
3.
a Laser X one.
Yeah.
Zio Laser X armor.
Ichi will love you.
Ichi will love you forever.
No, wait till we have better images of Waz and then put it on him.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Wazer X.
So then, like Sougo calls Soup up, and Soup's just like, or Sogo's like, oh, I got a plan. Don't worry, come meet me back here. And it's like, okay. And so, love it. Soup's just like, yo, Gates, we're going. Sougo's got a plan. What?
He fucking does.
Okay, couple things on this scene here. Number one, I really don't buy that Gates is like, oh, the asshole that I don't trust has a plan? Well, fuck what I'm doing. I guess I've been wasting my time. Let's go do whatever he wants us to do. Also,
well, I mean, you also just...
most of the episode makes me believe that Sougo is genuinely infatuated with Dan. Except when he's talking to them during this scene and says he's figured it out and has a plan, and later when he watches Dan like fizzle back and forth through timelines, I'm sort of thinking that Sougo might be faking it just to get close to him in order to do what they usually do.
Yeah, because Sogo's smart. He is.
Knowing Sougo, I feel like it's a bit of both.
I want so bad for him to just be genuinely infatuated with him, although I know it will probably not end up that way. Because this is the most interesting Sougo has been the whole show.
Yeah.
Except for during the Wizard arc when he tells Woz to fuck off.
But Gates, with Gates just saying like, oh fine, I'll just go with Zio's plan. He's trying to defeat another O's and it's not working. He doesn't have any other better ideas.
Fair. Also, Lee in our chat mentioned something that I was going to mention as well. When Gates, Genmu armor, does his finish time, he presses the buttons on both watches, but the Genmu watch doesn't say Genmu! And you know why that is? Because the toy doesn't.
Oh.
That's an interesting thing. Because the toy is what we're calling a DF version, where it has the turn mechanic, but it's a candy toy type functionality where you can only trigger it by pressing the connectors on it or using it in the belt repeatedly.
Huh.
It's not a deluxe, it's a defux.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Iwae Masani defuxo! That's what he says in 9.5. Yes, so although the attack he uses, the critical time burst, is pretty awesome, and a little bit reminiscent of Drive type speeds, Keisatsu.
Yep.
Where he like creates a circle around it and slingshots back through it.
I want to know how that was Genmu's finisher.
Right?
It was confusing.
Maybe it
when
was...
did Genmu do that? Did I miss that episode?
Maybe it was a reference to Shakuriki Sports, because wheel?
Who knows?
Maybe. So then, Sogo's dressed up as one of Dan's subjects. And,
yeah, they meet him back in 2018 and he runs out in a fucking uniform that is clearly too big for him. This is the only size they had left!
And just, after this point, Gates is just like, no, I'm fucking done, and just, I'm fucking done!
I'm fucking done!
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Now look inside yourself and say, what am I going to put up with today? Not fucking
Not
this!
fucking this!
So Gates decides to finally pull the trigger and kill Zio because he's too far along on the path to becoming a god.
Except he fucks up and gives Zio the best henshin ever.
Except... I theorize that this was all a show they put on for Dan, and they discussed this while they were on their way there. They will probably reveal that in the next episode.
I feel like it's not, because the end of the episode had Tsukiyomi saying, we need the fucking first aid kit.
I mean, maybe they just wanted to put on a good show for everyone. Oh, I mean, the fact that they were doing the show doesn't change the fact that Zio actually kicked Gates' ass. He was probably actually injured, but it's like, take one for the team so we can get this done. So we can get this Dan.
if it wasn't planned, then that means that Gates should almost just give up because Sougo just fucking kicked his ass.
Who needs a plan when you're running with Dan? It's too easy. Also, yes, when they were doing that fight, Gates kicks Sougo's Zio driver to activate his henshin.
Ziku driver.
Sorry, what did I say?
You said Zio driver.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that was really great. And then later, at one point in the fight or whatever, Sougo goes build armor, and I don't know why, but it looked really fucking badass.
He just takes hits with no problem, and then
just walks past Gates, turns around, just let the armor fly onto him while he's standing there, and I was just like, God damn, this guy makes henshining look cool.
But the funniest part about after that is, he tanks hits with no problem, and then, raises his drill arm up and just bitch slaps Gates with the drill.
And, the whole time, Gates doesn't think about using any of his armors.
That's why I think this was a show.
That's a good point. I never noticed that.
That's why I think this was a put-on.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because if Gates was fighting for real, he would have used an armor.
Yeah.
I just remember it was also kind of funny because we got a close up of Gates' face, and you could, when he got hit with the drill crusher, and you could just tell that it was just someone off camera just slightly poking him with it, and he was supposed to act like he was really hurting. You poked me.
And then when you see Zio de-henshin right after that, if you pay attention, you can clearly see how much shorter Sougo is than the suit actor.
Yeah, oh my god. So then Dan was watching, and he's like very impressed with how Sougo defended him, so he's like, oh, you're the captain of my royal guard, and he's like, fuck yeah! And then, so then Hina gets sent into confinement, and
we meet my boy!
And yet another reason why I think this is a put-on is Sougo just stands there and watches Hina get taken away!
I think it's because he knows everything's gonna be fine.
For all they knew, he was throwing her into a fucking spike pit!
Sougo's got a plan. Yeah,
they got a time machine,
everything what about me.
Yeah, so Hina gets put into a very flimsy-looking jail room, and who is she thrust upon but our boy, Hino Eiji?
Who's a politician now.
You know why? Because the O's timeline got erased, so without the events of O's, he was a successful politician, like his dad.
Aww, and that's how he knows he can help people.
I wanted him to be a police officer, so that way they could still keep his partnership with Ankh, but it's just Hina's brother.
Except Ankh is still in that box in the...
I know, but in order to fulfill that, he's a police officer with Hina's brother as his partner.
I was gonna say a box in the Kogami Foundation, but now I guess that means Ankh is sitting in a box in Dan's basement.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe still in whatever land that they found it in.
Oh yeah.
Was it ancient Egypt? Fuck it, it's ancient Egypt.
Depending on if the Dan Foundation did the same expedition.
Maybe.
Because I guess their family isn't descended from the O's king line like Kogami was.
You just opened it a slight tad, just saw like a Ank's hand coming up. Nope! Nope! Not opening that Pandora's box! So yeah, so we see Eiji, and it's great to see him, and so next week we get
Except, one last thing to mention, Hina and Eiji don't know each other, they introduce each other, which means the timeline has already been erased.
Yeah, because he only met because he fucking lost the Taka medal underneath the ride bender.
Yeah.
And shit.
Well, yeah, because we already have another O's.
Yeah. I think they're just gonna do that from now on, whereas the first few arcs, like, we got to see the original timeline for a little bit, and then the erasure happened. But now, as we can see with this arc and a couple others, I think they're just gonna shift into... The erasure's already happened, let's move on with the plot. We got stupid time hijinks to do.
Yeah, that's what I was excited about for Zio. I was excited to, like, them going back to that timeline.
Except the point of Zio is to erase all of the timelines, so we don't have to do this anymore. So we can move on with our lives and realize that the shows we grew up watching are gone and they're not coming back! Except for the History Forever movie.
With O's...
I guess we'll find out, right?
With Dan being another O's for all this time, it just makes me remembers this one problem that I had before Zio started, and I'm still having. The fact that we're getting monsters for really old writers means that these monsters have been around for 18 years at the maximum.
Exactly.
So in the past, 8 years that Dan has been another O's, no one saw him turn into another O's and kill all those people?
Right?
Nobody?
Nope. That's the thing that I brought up during the build arc and then was never really addressed again. So, if they survived from whatever time they were created in up until 2018, that means every single monster, every single another rider in the entire run of the show survived between their time, their year, and 2018 completely unchecked and unchallenged. Now, I realize that it's because they can only be killed by their corresponding ride armor, but you'd think, 2018 would have changed to become, the world has been fucking ravaged by the hordes of another riders for the past X amount of years. One of them disappears every year, but it's still pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
they're not concerned about timelines.
Oh, they're far beyond caring at this point.
If they played more of them off like wizards, where it's just like he didn't transform at all to hurt people, he just used his powers to make a magic show or some shit. Just saying, they just went around and fucked off for a few years.
You know what? There is the exception that they will use as the explanation. See, this guy's nice. He didn't kill people for 6 years.
He didn't kill people for 6 years.
Yeah, so next week we get O's armor and fucking Castle Duran machine.
That was fucking scary.
It's just literally the time machine with just Castle Duran on it.
Meaning the predictions were correct. They're just gonna take a bunch of different rider vehicles and make them into time machines.
Can we have the Trideron?
No,
just a giant fucking driver with belts on his face just as the time machine.
No, it's just the actual front hood of the Trideron just jutting out of the top.
It's just the Trideron for when it's combined with Shurikenjin.
Oh, that. I love that. I wish they released a toy of it.
Me too! They showed a drive Shuriken and then they didn't release it. I was pissed off.
Trideron Maru.
Ah.
What the fuck was called?
Trideron Maru. I don't fucking know.
Anyways.
Maru.
Yo, Koksara!
Koksara.
Oh yeah, we're going to the next show.
Wait, what about 0.5?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 0.5. I forgot.
Hey, you cocked me backwards.
Oh god.
9.5 is my fucking favorite 0.5 to date.
It was a fucking toy commercial! And they are aware that it's a toy commercial!
It was them pointing out the fact that the entire production and scripting schedule of the show revolves around the release of the toys. Except no, the release of the toys revolves around the availability of the Legend Riders, mostly Dan. So the reason this is the O's arc and has Dan is because this is the couple of weeks I was available. Fuck you! Release my toys!
Wow.
Fuck you, give me your shit.
Oh, by the way, Waga Mao counter.
Oh, yeah.
I heard at least 2.
Yeah, so... I forgot.
Waga Mao counter.
So we are now up to 19. So they only said it 2 times.
Right.
This episode.
So, the entire episode of the 0.5, Dan is just sitting there in the background, but he's not acknowledged for half of it, and yet they're still talking about him. So, Sougo's like, why is Dan here? I'm the king! I'm number 1! Sure! And Woz pops in to go,
I'm special.
Woz pops in to go, well, you entitled little shit! You're actually not! You're 3rd at best! There was Deno and O's.
And you can kind of...
Third at best!
You can kind of see that they're, like, reading off scripts, but they're also sort of improving, ad-libbing it. Because, like, Sogo's, like, messing up his line, or he's messing up, like, the pronunciation of
Well, yeah, they have their scripts in their hands, but they're mostly ad-libbing.
And you see, like, and you just see, like, Sougo, like, trying to hold back his laughter or whatever, like, his actor and stuff. And it's really funny.
Oh, it gets creepy, but I'll get into why that is in a bit. So, like, Sougo, after insisting that he was the first king rider, Woz says, no, Deno and O's. And then Sougo changes his mind and goes, there was also Oja and Kingblade and Emperor Kiva, but Emperor is cooler than King! Wah!
Well, Japan already has an emperor, you dumb shit.
Yeah. And then... they're talking about the toys that are coming out to celebrate O's and Genmu. And then Woz busts out, Iwae Masani DX! Celebrate the deluxe toy releases!
And I want a screenshot and keep that forever of just Woz just with the DX fucking thing beside him.
Well, we have the episodes downloaded.
Yeah,
so
I need a screenshot of that.
That's going in the wallpaper reel.
That's just gonna be my response every time I see something I really want. Just, but yeah, he's like, rejoice! And then we just, fucking Dan just like turns around and,
haha! It was me all along, Dan-o!
It was me,
Dan-o.
Dan-o.
You wanted O's, but it was me, Dan-o.
Hey, it's me, Dan-o.
And then we have probably the weirdest shit the show has ever produced. After the credits, Dan is like, well, you wanted to be my servant, so let's have a little practice run. And then he grabs Sogo's, like, what I can only call a suspender leash, and then leads him around the room like a dog, while Sougo is giggling like a horny schoolgirl.
Again, I
Guys!
think they really tapped into the Dan fandom or Dandom.
Guys, I think Sogo's into this. I think we just strayed into some fetish territory.
Yeah,
Hey,
honestly, Dan Kuroto is a fetish, I guess.
Like, he's leading him around, giving him commands, and then they're like, well, we're speeding up, keep up. And then you just get Waz standing there all sad.
Wagamo, Wagamo, Wagamo.
Oh, I actually felt bad for him.
Aww.
What? Waga Doggo?
Waga Doggo. I think that's the episode name.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not,
I think that's the episode.
Lee. We're not counting the 9.5s because they're not canon. So I'm only counting the Wagamo's that he says in the actual series and any movies.
Yeah,
So,
like not the recaps, not the .5s, because they're non-canon.
That's too much to pay attention to. So I'll just do it in the show.
But thank you for paying attention.
Yes, Gar, meow.
Doggo meow.
Yeah, Orba's like, I want Mogamo to do that with me. Waz is jealous! I fucking love it. If you guys want to run your own counter, including everything else, you're more than welcome.
Oh yeah.
Henshin counter. No.
No, God, no.
All right, Blaze.
Yeah,
it's time to hold your breath again.
Oh God, no,
Unless you want to be
please.
part of this discussion.
Sure, why not?
Alright, let's
We'll
see if the
talk
button
about
works
it.
this time.
I don't.
There we go.
Gar, are you coming out now?
Yeah, we're talking about Lupat.
Yeah, we're talking about Lupinranger now.
You guys can. I haven't watched the episode yet, but you guys can just say stuff and I'll give my reactions.
Okay. Yeah, I think he knows. You can... Sagar, you may exit your room.
Iwe! Wagamagar!
He missed the whole Zio Oma tube hands.
Oh yeah, Gar, by the way, your final form is now Oma Two Pants.
Yeah, you're Omazeo now.
That's fine, as long as I can just keep my Radio Gaga.
Radio
All
Goo Goo.
we need is Radio
Radio
Gaga.
Gaga.
Gar watched the Bohemian Rhapsody movie recently, and he
Oh,
loves it.
no,
So now
no,
he's
no,
on a
I was
fucking
going
Queen
Global
kick.
Soft.
I have no idea what you were talking about, so alright.
Yeah, it's a song called Radio Gaga.
I thought you were just talking about Lady Gaga.
No.
No, she might
Lady
be named
Gaga's
after that
caster
song.
form, Radio Gaga.
Yeah. Gaga Caster.
So yeah, Patranger episode 38. It's fucking Frieza Amigos back finally after what, 15,
Yeah, I was
16
thinking,
episodes?
is he gonna be relevant again? And then he finally was very relevant again.
Yep.
He was really cool.
Sorry,
this
that was
episode.
really stating the obvious. I'm sorry.
Welcome to Stating the Obvious podcast.
So we got two ganglers this episode, but then one of them just got immediately axed by Samigo.
And they made me really, really hungry for fried shrimp.
This is what I noticed. I think this episode was meant to show us something. He didn't really explode,
He was dusted.
but he
Wait,
poofed.
does that... No, I think he just added him to his collection like a fucking Pokemon.
Yeah,
With
so-
all the humans he's
So
captured.
what if they haven't died? What if they've just been captured?
Oh, they're just all in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah.
But what about the fact
They're in a freezer?
Oh, so it's like in Mass Effect 2 when you finally go on the collector ship and you just see like all the pods of all the humans they fucking captured from all the colonies. It's like, oh, they didn't kill them, they just stored them away.
And then they killed him in front of you if you were too slow. That was creepy.
No, my headcanon for where Amigo is that he was helping out a daughter and brother trying to find their dad because he has amnesia and he doesn't remember them.
And then he killed the dad.
He's walking. The reason I haven't seen him is because we walked back to the warehouse, and then he's just like, "All right, time to go check on like my collection of like humans I've captured." Just walks and steps in a puddle that's just waddling outside the door of the warehouse. Oh shit! Just all of them are melted. He has to go freeze them again. That's what he's been doing.
Damn it! I left the freezer off.
Yeah.
Damn it, all
Fucking
the
only
food
last
is
a year.
spoiled. I left the door open.
Damn it! I forgot to pay the electric bill because I don't have money.
I gotta throw out all this food now. I spent so much money on this food.
Yes, Gar, we know you love Juggler.
Because he's fabulous.
I like that in our chat, Changeling Rider's headcanon is that Zamigo went on a trip to Mount Everest.
Oh yeah, you can post them on the chat again if you want, but earlier he showed us some like really cool Lupinranger Patranger customs he did. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But no, I really liked this episode. It was good.
Great review. Very detailed.
I mean, I liked it as well. There were a lot of things from it, but there were a couple things that pissed me. Oh, you didn't make them. Okay. Well, just... You can post them again if you want. They were really good. But no, like, it showed that, like... This episode was pretty much based around the point that, like, Noelle, like, just... The Patos don't trust him, but, like, they don't give a shit.
Deception.
Disgrace.
There was...
Evil's
happening.
I have no fucking
Lion King 2 just happened for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
Google it.
I love that one of the opening shots of this episode is Victory Striker in space! Why is the fucking Lupin collection based on a Boeing airplane in fucking space?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Why didn't we design it after a spaceship?
Well, it's because...
You know what? That would have been much cooler. I retract my...
It's based on a plane that you Halo jump from. It would be in the stratosphere.
So wait, is the Halo part referencing the video game series?
No.
I wish.
No, like, a Halo jump is a legit thing.
I know what a Halo jump is.
Alright.
Didn't they do that in Godzilla or something?
Yeah, and they also did it in Kingsman.
Oh yeah.
I remember I watched a video where these people were doing it in like Grand Theft Auto or something, and one guy just kept making up new acronyms for Halo.
Oh, okay. So I have to leave the recording for a second, so I'm not going to hear Blaze and Emily for a second. But Ichi, I need you to quickly bring up the. So what was the thing Keiichiro said to Noelle when he showed up at the cafe? So like Noelle walked in or whatever like that. He's like, "Oh, so I heard you got like some information on some stuff." Like, do you remember?
I'm blanking right now.
Okay. So the whole jurisdiction thing, like, he's like, "Oh, what are you guys having a meeting about?" Like, I'm gonna sit here. The note that says we have a secret meeting.
Oh, yeah. So they're like, "Oh, it's not your jurisdiction. We don't have to tell you."
And pretty much just fucking Keiichiro with the burn.
I wish you told me what you were doing. I had no clue.
Keiichiro pretty much pulled the same thing Noelle told him earlier. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to tell you guys, but I'm not in your jurisdiction.
It's above your pay grade.
So go fuck yourselves. So that was the joke, and that was the video was the group of black guys going.
I know what that was. I just didn't know that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I should have said that earlier.
I'm still not sure about that because if he worked at the main branch, wouldn't that technically make everywhere his jurisdiction?
Well, no, because he works for the France division.
Yeah, but
Blaze has a good point. Wouldn't his higher authority allow him to just override that?
No, because he has to respect his authority.
Yep.
But he works at the main HQ.
No,
that's like saying, "Oh, you run the."
It's not a normal police organization. It's hard to say. It might be less of a case of higher authorization and more of a case of to the side authorization, if that makes any sense.
What was that?
Oh my goodness. He was just spelling that every...
Oh, I know. My favorite one at the end is just where, like, he brings them the fucking, the macaroons, and then just Tailtalk comes in, "Hey, where are mine?" And they're all just like, "Oh la la!"
You know what
if
really
someone wants to, because I'm not going to do it, go make an ooh la la counter.
It reminded me of, freaking Spada from Q-Ranger.
Gar is playing with Emperor Dick Gun, if anyone's wondering what that noise is.
Like, by the end of the show, Spada just became a freaking walking, talking catchphrase.
That's why he only got one feature episode, and it was a not great one.
Yeah.
And it was about baseball.
Yep.
What's wrong with baseball?
Plenty.
Dead.
I like baseball. Actually, wait, no, he got two. He got the one right before we... the one like really early on before we got Ryu Commander.
Oh yeah, Destra also made some character development this episode.
Yeah, he has no collection pieces.
If by character development you mean swung his hammer around a bunch.
Well, no, it just proved that like.
That's Thor character development.
Well, no, it was character development in how we now know like just the power scaling with like the regular Rangers.
Well, we knew that the first time he paired.
Yeah, but this time we actually saw it to like its fullest potential.
Yeah, but imagine how more deadly he'd be with a collection piece or multiple collection pieces.
Or giant, swinging his hammer around, smashing buildings. Which we'll probably see.
And then he'll get immediately destroyed by like the best mech.
And then they'll dab.
Did you just make fucking Emperor Dick Gun dab?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes! Hang on, I gotta take a picture of this.
I hate you.
Wait a minute.
Dishonor! Dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow!
Good Cool Kaiser VSX has 4 arms. Does that mean he could do either twice as many dabs or 4 times as many dabs?
That's like 16 rolls broken.
I need to try that.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, so
I think I'm ready to leave Earth.
Patron Lupex.
I think I'm ready to die after that comment.
All we need is radio.
Lupatron Yugo Tricolor.
LupinPato Union. I like that.
Union Treaty. Woo! So,
there we go.
Damn
What
are they gonna?
Oh no, they can see that we use Streamlabs OBS.
Oh no!
Oh god!
When they join together into one Sentai, what are they gonna call themselves?
And they can also see our sweet new mini fridge.
Patranger.
Okay.
It's like when Piccolo
Kaisatsu Sentai Lupatranger.
Kaisatsu.
It sounds like a fucking terrible Japanese.
Keisatsu!
Sounds like someone trying to do Japanese, but they have no fucking clue what they're saying.
Oh no, it's like the terrible dream that I had where Kyuranger was going to team up with Lupinranger and Patranger.
Patron Yugo X.
That's happening.
That's pretty.
No, it's not.
Gar, that movie is happening.
No, it's not.
Gar, I'm sorry, but it's happening.
It's not happening.
So anyway, the Patos are in the cafe having coffee, and Kay tries to talk to Kairi, but Kairi's busy playing Grand Blue. Leave me alone. I gotta do my fucking daily fucking Bahamut grinds, you fuckface.
Bahamut grinds.
That's not what was happening.
I have fucking 50 more normal rolls to fucking do, and I have to spend all my tickets so I can get the spark, so I can get Light John! Sorry, I really like Grand Blue.
Down.
Yeah, you do.
Sir, I think you've gone mad with power. Of course I've gone mad. Have you ever seen someone go mad without power? It's boring. No one listens to you.
But yeah, so Keiichiro tries.
Is that from something?
It's from the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keiichiro tries to talk to Kairi, and he's like, I'll tell you for $1,000,000 yen so I can spend it on gacha.
Russ Cargill's best Simpsons character.
Have you seen the fact that his old design was so far ahead in production that there were Burger King toys of it, and he looks completely different in the final film?
Wow.
No. You have to show me this.
Weird. Yes, it's super weird. The Burger King toy of him looks nothing like him because it was an old design that they reanimated.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Simpsons movie special.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
It's fine,
that
it's
was
fine.
my fault.
Anyway, Noah walks in and attempts to slice the tension, and the Patos respond by leaving.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, we were just leaving.
We're on our way to our secret meeting!
Oh, no, it's like...
Yeah, they really do just say it right out, like, yeah, we're having a big meeting, it's secret.
We're on our way to a clubhouse.
And you're not invited.
It's kind of a we thing, not a you thing.
It's like a we us, not a we, the French word.
We you.
It's not a Wii U thing?
I go, sorry, excuse me while I go take a wig of yes.
It's not like we is in the French word, it's we us. Without you.
Like we
as
are VR.
As in not you.
With the Patranger experience featuring Noel.
Except without the featuring part this time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we're gonna go to our special treehouse. No French people allowed.
But Homer's allowed.
We're allowed one. They just have some French guy up there.
Oh.
Homer.
Just Napoleon Bonaparte.
So yeah, the paddles walk out and immediately go, fuck, we don't know what it's about either.
What are we meeting for again?
We weren't having a meeting. We were just trying to bail out.
We just hate Noel. Because he won't tell us who the Phantom Thieves are. And I'm so glad that this got brought up this episode. The whole show, since he's shown up, they've been completely
ever since his premiere episode, it's been weird. It's like they forgot that he's playing both sides, but now...
So anyways,
I still think it could still see it as possible as he doesn't know who they are, because they still all call themselves by their color name. They call them like red, blue, yellow, X.
Okay, but why not ask him? Like, oh, so if you hang out with the Phantom Thieves, do you know who they are? And if so,
no.
Fuck you.
No, because then the show would be over.
Or the show would get interesting.
No, the show would be over.
Just have him say, I don't know who they truly are. I just know we just call each other by our colors.
We just chat on Skype.
Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun revealing everything? Exactly.
It wouldn't be revealing, it'd be lying.
So anyways, some fucking flying shrimp missiles happen.
And they looked really, really tasty. No, I'm not kidding. They looked so good.
It's like there's an explosion in my mouth.
Like, I was just thinking, like, I'm just gonna jump up and eat one.
It's all you can eat shrimp at Red Lobster, bitch.
Oh shit, it's a missile.
Wouldn't that have been funny if the fucking monster was a red lobster?
Yeah, there is a giant red lobster monster. It's called Ebra.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ebira, yeah.
I did a thing.
God damn it.
Okay, put down the mech card.
One moment,
down
please.
the dick.
There we go. I made next.
Congratulations.
Yeah, now I have a shield.
Good, because I'm gonna fucking hit you. So, the snake and shrimp ganglers, Janake Sosa and Isalab Star-Fried.
Star-Fried.
They're the best of friends.
Star-Fried!
They're the best of friends and partners until Frieza walks in and literally shoots one
They are the childhood friend Kombi. So
because Kombi is the Japanese word for team, partners, combination.
I know. Just saying that's what they actually said.
So Frieza steps in and immediately shoots Isalab to fucking death and or capture.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Frieza Amigo just comes in and shoots them.
Yes, well, one of them. Because he wants the other one, the one that has the collection piece, which is the ability to control vehicles.
Why didn't they use that from the very beginning?
Right? That's the thing.
Oh, hey, you're using your Megazord? Fuck you.
That's the thing. Like, all of the ganglers are acting independently, and each of them is just waiting for what they think is a good time. Which is why I think it would be absolutely hilarious if, like, in some movie or something, like 20 different ganglers decided, well, today's the day I'm going to terrorize humanity.
Now, I feel like they draw names out of a hat.
Just the top hat.
Like, they're just all together. It's like, okay, whose turn is it this week? It's,
Bill.
Oh, name fell out of the hat. Hang on.
That's even stupider than Eggman in Sonic X pulling a slot machine to decide which robot he's going to attack with today.
Don't you dare diss Dr. Eggman's slot machine robot.
Ingo Machine Go-Go.
But we get to see an awesome scene of the Patos transforming while dodging cars being thrown at them.
Yeah, that was cool.
Heaven forbid you got to see that slow-moving action shot.
It was pretty slow-moving.
But, like, my first thought when Frieza steps in and kills Isalab, I'm like, welp, I hope / am glad that he did not have a collection piece, otherwise that would have really fucked the Rangers.
Nah. I feel like...
That's why he killed him, because he didn't have one.
I feel like all the collection pieces are just a giant joke. But it's like, just... Kogure is just working with,
Samigo? Oh, imagine! Oh my god, that'd be the greatest twist ever, just like...
I would love to hear the explanation behind
that. I'm behind everything.
It's like, oh, I didn't really need you to collect all the pieces. I just need enough pieces to make Samigo stronger.
Orb in our chat, what killed this gangler at the Ice Age? And Changeling points out that the collection piece is the steering wheel from RPM.
Hey,
no, it's from Bokenger.
Another thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did notice one thing, and that was if the theory about Ego making human disguises for ganglers was true, then that guy was a gangler he just killed. So what does that mean?
So that means he can give a gangler the disguise of the shrimp gangler.
Really?
If you give a gangler a disguise,
it's like a terrible trial period of a paid service.
Megazord.
I can make you look like anyone you want.
I'll commit some crimes to go with it.
For free, you can have the shrimp gangler.
Disguise your gangler as another gangler.
Just like my gangler.
Just like the gangler does.
So, apparently the secret meeting that the Patos ended up going to was for Hilltop to tell them about the Victory Striker being up in space. Okay. Meanwhile, at the same time, Noel is telling the same information to the Lupins.
No, Kogre's telling them.
Oh yeah, Kogre's.
It's the joke is that it's like, oh, shouldn't we tell Noel? It's like, chances are he already knows.
Yeah, and then he's
Noel
in space.
Well,
and the Lupins
stratosphere, not space.
And the Lupins effectively respond with, "Man, our scene is a fucking asshole with all these hiding spots. Christ!"
Toma's just like, oh, what's the different way of getting into space?
Did he just like shoot it out of a cannon into orbit? Like,
No.
how did he get it up there?
He probably climbed the mountain that it was flying down to and just
threw it?
Threw it like a paper plane.
Or no.
Victory!
Well, it would have already been giant size.
No, he probably shot it with the VS changer, like how they summoned the Zords, and then just pointed it up.
Yeah, and then it never came back down. Wait, but wouldn't that mean that his VS changer is still active then?
Or he used one of the ones that eventually went over to the three of them.
But it still would have canceled it out.
No,
not necessarily.
Yeah.
The only reason that the things get canceled out afterwards, I guess, is because they forced them to or something.
It's like roll activated, like a lot of Toku shit.
Chances are just, he chucked it into space. Yeah, just
like a paper airplane.
No, like like a paper airplane,
but in space.
A
paper airplane.
Paper space plane.
We're gonna find a Lupin piece in the sewer, aren't we? Yes, it's called the
Sewer Striker.
It is called the Cowabunga Pizza.
Yeah, I was thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Sewer Striker. It's a skateboard.
Power
Pizza dial fighter.
Pizza.
Its power up is telephone related because you have to dial to order pizza.
So once the Rangers were baked into a giant pizza, I'll be right back.
I like that episode and I don't care who knows it.
Oh, so you like it in Forever Red when TJ mentions it?
Yep.
Remember that time I was baked in a giant pizza? Yes.
If the Lupins did get a phone power up, it would make sense if it was a rotary phone.
I think it was you who put that meme in the chat the other day. It's like Jason and Tommy from Forever Red talking.
Oh, yeah.
And Jason's like, quiet, fives! A 10 is talking!
It's like Tommy talks to Jason.
Yeah.
Jason, can we talk 10 to 10? Well, I'm at 11, Tommy, but please continue.
Yeah. What the fuck is that from? I know I've heard that.
No, it's basically just, it's Jason saying, like, yeah, fuck you, I'm better
Listen up,
than
fives! I love it.
Fives are talking. The 10s are talking. But yeah, can we talk about the meat of the episode, in which it's Super Lupin X?
Which I call Super Looper, because fuck it. Wayne doesn't like
I liked the gold on the silver. The gold on the silver was cool.
The handles are so awkwardly placed on the shoulders. I don't like it.
Okay.
So wait, how did he access the form?
Okay, so...
No, Goody told Kyrie to shoot the Siren Striker at Noel.
If that had fucked up and he had accidentally activated the mecha summoning, that would have killed him.
I'm used to saying Noel because Final Fantasy 13 too. Yeah. Sorry.
Alright, Lane, why do you not like it?
Because it's a Patranger power-up! It has the logo on it! It's called the Siren Striker!
Yeah,
it's something meant for the Patrangers, but no! Goody's like, oh, Noel needs a fucking thing, and then he fucking shoots it at Noel.
Well, to be fair...
And he was also Lupin X when it happened.
Hold on, let's not all talk at once.
That's not the point, though.
Hey,
like, look at that! That looks fucking awesome!
Yeah, I have to agree with Lane. It does kind of suck.
This should have been on Super Patron X.
Exactly! I don't know why it's on Lupin X!
It should not have been on Super Patron X. That would have been too much gold.
I think it would have looked better.
The gold would bounce on the gold.
Well, it's just more of the same color.
It's like putting the Victory Striker on Patron Ichigo. That wouldn't make any sense.
That's why it would be Super Patron X, because it's more gold. If anything, this should have been called Gold Lupin X or something.
Well, his name's Super Lupin X.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying it would still fit on Patron X.
So, like, I've seen a review of the Siren Striker toy, and I fucking love the sounds it makes, and I want to get the Siren Striker really badly, but just, like, I'm really, really hoping that just, like, one of the Power Rangers uses it at least once.
I'm getting
once.
It.
I want
fucking
it.
blue tank.
I want it once.
Since it's literally just an armor piece, it's quite possible.
Yeah. I mean, they're already releasing, like, a freaking Yudo figure of Super Lupin X, which I kind of hope you can detach the armor, and I'll get it and just put it on fucking Patron X. Fucking badass.
I could see yes or no. Could be either way.
So, well, yeah, but just... I get it, and I understand, and I follow the whole thing, like, oh, Power Rangers are supposed to represent, like, a Showa-era Sentai team, and, like, you know, I've kind of agreed to the point where I'm just like, no, you know what, the Power Rangers are so fucking great with their character and, like, how they look and everything. They don't need power-ups
also that
like
they yell louder.
Yeah, well, that was my joke.
Yes.
I did say it before, and I'll say it again. They don't have much power-ups because they're a government-funded organization. They should be used to not having enough equipment.
Also, think of it this way. Noel already knew what the Siren Striker was.
He just was surprised that it was there.
Yeah, so it would make sense that if anyone would have gotten the power-up, it would, like, Noel would at least be the one to actually know what it does.
I just think it's...
By that logic, Noel should be both Red Rangers.
I just think it's hilarious that the Siren Striker was literally poured out of the Victory Striker. And then just as it's like falling from the sky...
there's 2 vehicles now?
Kyrie is just unloading the tank at the fucking monster.
Wow.
And he almost kills the Patos!
I'm being told I have to go. It's starting early.
Alright, Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for letting me be on the show. I promise next time it won't be me just running in here and being dumb and then leaving.
Well, that's what we all do.
Thanks.
Yeah. That's my job.
Alright, bye, my dear.
But yeah, so as the Siren Striker is being poured out of the fucking Victory Striker mid-flight, as he's flying down, Kyrie's like boarded it, which is awesome that he fucking boards the Victory Striker, by the way. And so as it's falling, he's just unloading the tank at the enemies, and if you look, it looks like he almost blasts the Patos because they're really close.
Hey, watch where you're aiming.
No!
But honestly, my favorite part of this entire episode was just this awesome... It was just this scene where, like, you know, Noel's getting his ass kicked by Destra, and he's about to be destroyed, like, killed, whatever, and then just the Pat Rangers come in, they save him, and then, like... Noel's like, oh, you guys saved me, and just Keiichiro says the most badass fucking greatest thing. He's like, yeah, you may not give us the intel we want, you may be like a thief as well, we may not trust you, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna help you.
We're cops, we're gonna have to, it's kind of our thing.
And just Noel just says to them, like, you guys are fantastic police officers, and he's like, I love you all, and I'm just like, and then they just...
I just want him to respond with, that's nice.
And they just do a badass fucking Pat Ranger henshin at the same time, and they do their roll call, and it's super fucking cool. And just, oh, I love these guys.
I've noticed... You were going to say something, Blaze?
I was going to say, like, thinking about it, I remember before I was on, I said, because Keiichiro had mentioned, like, that with the episode with, what was it, the fire trigger machine. He said splash trigger machine. He was saying, like, they were like, oh, well, it's surprising that the Lupins helped us, and Keiichiro was like, I knew that Lupinranger would help out. It's like, yeah, he knows they're good people, and I think he said later on, like, he knows they're good people. He just has to arrest them because it's his job. Yet he still goes after them instead of the gangler first.
Because he's big-headed.
So yeah. So that was just a really, really touching scene. I like that. That, like, kind of, like, I think we've come full circle with, like, the Patos and Noel, personally.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we brought up again the fact that Noel is like, on purpose keeping info from the Patos, and they've just fucking resigned to it. I don't like the fact that this is where we're at, but I'm glad we're at least addressing it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they had brought it up in every single episode before now, we would have gotten old, tired of it. And we can assume that they're like constantly asking them off screen with like casual, just like, oh hey, it would be really help if we knew who the Lupins are, so we could get their help opening this safe.
I just want a montage of them casually trying to slip questions into conversation.
Now, as much as I do hate the concept of Super Lupin X, it's fucking awesome.
But like, before we go into that, I just imagine Keiichiro just has like a newspaper in front of him. It's like, well, I'm trying to solve this crossword puzzle. I think number 1 down is the real name identity of all the Lupinrangers. Can you help me out with that?
Oh yeah, shit, blah 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 blah. Shit! Oh la la! But yeah.
Just asking them multiple questions like, what's Lupin Red like? I go like,
what's he like? Is he nice?
What's it like? Like, what's his, what's the color of his hair?
Is he cute?
Like, what's his name? Oh, his name is Kai. You're not pulling that fucking trick on me.
They had to fucking post it.
Yeah,
they posted here. So someone made a fucking chart showing all the all the pieces that the Patrangers have for equipment, and then on the other side is all the shit Lupins have.
Which is it is kind of sad. I hope that there's a V Cinema where at least Keiichiro gets his own version of the
by the end of
the Lupin Magnum.
By the end of the show, probably for the Christmas episode, they're both teams are gonna have to team up again. We're finally gonna see the forms that we haven't seen before.
I hope so.
The Christmas episode will be them resolving their differences and teaming up for a greater good.
Though to be fair, which I'm just going to be honest here, it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
Not really.
It would just be the legs. The legs and the Megazord would just be all black.
That's true.
Anyway,
there is no big difference.
You were saying about Super Looper?
So I was going to say, like, as much as I hate the concept of everything Super Lupin X is, the armor is fucking awesome. Like, the guns and everything. I like that when you see it, like, charging up for the final attack, you see, like, a meter going, like, do-do-do-do-do-do, and then...
Okay, like, his attack was cool, but I strongly dislike the armor. The orange on the ends of the barrels make them look like kids' toy guns, because they purposefully have those orange rings to show that they're not actual weapons.
Safety.
It's like how the Seiza Blaster last season had orange tips as well.
No, I know. Any like, purposeful kids' toy has those, to point out that they're not real guns.
Yeah, but normally it's only in America.
Well, blame Masterpiece Megatron for that.
Anyways, my point is, it makes it look like a fucking toy, which I get it is, but not in the show. And I think the handles being jutting out from the middle of the shoulders is the stupidest fucking thing ever.
No, that is for the reason of stability, so that he has a good...
Stability?
Yeah, so, you know...
You would have been just as stable without them!
No.
Wait, oh my god, I just thought of
nice
the most hilarious thing.
stable grip on it, so he doesn't get, like, fucking shot back with the recoil.
You notice where your hands are?
No, yeah?
You notice where they're not on the armor? They are here.
Okay, whatever. It's for
stability.
It's for
this
stability.
Is what I hope this happens.
To be fair, if they were in front of you and you pulled the trigger, you just go flying back.
Yeah, so it's for recoil and stability, so you don't fucking go flying back.
How is it different if it's here or here?
Because here, at least, you can just pull downwards, so your elbows...
If you pull downwards, you snap the handles off.
No, okay, let's think of it this way. I'm standing up right now.
Oh my god, are we really doing this?
Yes. If they're here on your side...
They're not there, though. They're, like, here.
Okay, whatever.
I can't reach that far.
Exactly!
So
that's the problem!
They're right here on your... Between your head, and you pull downwards on the triggers, your body is still in one place. Like, you can still stance... Like, you can still make a stance, pull the trigger, and you will stand properly. Here... You're pushing towards yourself, and you'll fall backwards.
Whoa!
I would actually argue that if your hands are out front, you can use their weight to hold yourself forward. Whereas if your hands are at the same, like, forward-backwards side as you, you're very...
Anyways, that's it! Let's not argue about it anymore.
I wanted to say this.
But if the triggers
I
were
hope at
pushing
some
forward,
point
you
in
would fall
time
over.
they just use Super Lupin X as a weapon. They like someone just literally goes up behind him and grabs the cannon. If it has triggers on them, they pull the trigger and the cannon just all fire.
I'm just looking at Gar getting up and doing what looks like exercises, and I'm like, "You're doing it! You're becoming mighty!"
Do the stupid Lupin X, everybody.
Stupid Lupin X.
Now I just see Noel
Grab the
just taking
triggers
the
on your
arm,
arm.
just beating someone with it.
Everyone's talking once again.
Can I be the name of the episode?
No, we already named it Waga something.
Oh, we didn't, did we?
Yes.
What?
Waga Doggo.
Waga Doggo.
Oh, okay, I missed that part.
That's because you don't pay attention sometimes.
Because you guys said he was walking Sougo around like a dog, and Gar commented Doggo, so I just said Waga Doggo.
Oh, okay.
It's because you're used to just you and me doing an episode and coming up with thumbnails and
that's
titles.
true.
Well, fine. I guess I'll just fucking sit here and not talk.
Whoa.
You guys are used. You and Lane are used to doing episodes like Kaiju Sentai Ultra-Ranger, which came out earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 59, motherfuckers.
59.
Oh yeah.
So Siren
Pokemon's
Lupin
back.
Kaiser happens.
Wait.
Oh my god, Siren Lupin, like the Siren Striker
It's
is
awkward
awesome.
looking.
I like the Siren Striker's design,
Me too.
especially in its Megazord form. But oh my Jesus Christ, when they form the Megazord, the fucking magic hand just goes woo! Woo! Holy shit!
I hate how it's a Lupin.
I won't.
Again.
I won't deny its fucking power. It's Jesus fuck. It's powerful.
It's nerfed.
I have to admit that I do hate I hate it. It's a Lupin form.
Speaking of
the mecha.
speaking
The mecha
of like
bothers me more than the form.
broken power, let's point out the fact that Noel, while using his Super Looper powers, by himself without a Zord, fucking blasts the Golem and takes down a giant monster for the second time in the show.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, it's a golem. It doesn't really have a brain.
He pulled up.
Doesn't matter.
Wait, what's his name?
Lots of people without brains are
It's-
powerful.
Basically, just a brainless, like, walking drone.
That's true.
Anyone could take one down.
He pulled
Yes, you
the
have enough
second
firepower.
Carter
And
Grayson of
yet-
the season.
And yet somehow Trump is still president.
Keiichiro could just scream at it and it would fucking blow up.
Well, no. Well, I don't want to go into politics because
No, I was just making a joke.
I don't want to talk.
But yeah,
about
Siren Lupin Kaiser. Yeah, I like the design. The combination of arm pieces on it are a little odd. The magic arm just goes woobity woobity woo.
I like how it's made up of auxiliary zords.
Yeah, but it's like it's awkward because it's got parts from both teams, you know?
Looking at the Siren Striker, I wish it was white like the rest of the Patranger vehicles.
A blue tank, I will fucking take it.
Well, no, yeah,
Police
but I mean, like,
tank,
it would have been
police
cool
tank.
if it would have been cool if all the red was blue and the blue was white.
Yeah, I understand what you're
It would
saying.
have looked nice. It would have matched the colors better, and it would have looked nice.
Maybe we'll get a spaceship and Paddles can have that.
Nah.
If we're getting a spaceship, it's obviously going to the Lupins, unless they decide, fuck it, we're giving this to the Patos
You
this
guys
time.
can have this one. You haven't gotten one in a while.
You guys can keep
Oh.
your fucking tanks and planes, your planes, trains, and automobiles. We're going to fucking space, bitch.
You can take your bar and shove it up your ass. I'm watching TiVo.
We're gonna be fucking space police.
Space police.
Police
space.
Police space.
Police.
I also know-
Police space.
also,
Welcome to police space.
You're in police space. Turn
I also-
around or be shot down.
I also noticed with the Zord mechanism this year that if Bandai didn't lose the Master Toy license, it would have worked really well for Zord Builder.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I said it before. Almost all of the Zord, all the mechas do have the same port in various places. So like if you had Ryuteo and Gekiatsu Daio, you could use Gekiatsu Daio's legs on Ryuteo. They have the same ports.
Now I'm just thinking about X-Ember being part of the Zord Builder line. Just hook it to my trains!
Right?
Everyone
Oh,
can have giant dick.
Nailed it.
Oh, good. Now you've attached the fucking Ichigo trigger machine to ex-Emperor's
I wish we didn't.
ripped off knee stump.
I wish we didn't already have a thumbnail made because I would love to.
I don't think we do.
Oh, no, I thought Gar made one for us.
No.
Oh, okay. Should we just have the thumbnail just be fucking Barney Gumble and then just Photoshop, like, the top of Patron X's, like, police hat onto his head? Just stick it to my trains!
Actually...
I'm sure I'll come up with something to that effect.
Yeah, they even have the same port on the Shishi Voyager's head. So right now, I am plugging the Shishi Voyager's head onto the head of the Ryu Voyager. I don't want to force it to break something.
Next week on the adventures of the cops and the robbers, we get to see Victory, Lupin Kaiser, and Super Rooper.
Also, we get to see the final battle between Kyrie and Zamigo.
Oh, yay, because that's
the final
been building the whole fucking show.
I don't think he's had enough screen time to justify the final battle.
Remember that time Friezo Amigo fought against Scissors and Blade, and then left for an entire series and came back? Well, that was my favorite part of his character.
Well, think of it this way: the next episode after this.
Gar, stop gently caressing the Megazord's dick. I'm not joking.
Next week's not next week's episode, but the next episode is episode 39. That is usually the time when, okay, guys, we gotta start wrapping this shit up.
The denouement. That's what we call in the superhero business finishing off the supervillains.
Wait a minute.
That's a tick joke.
No, I'm just thinking, this is episode 38, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't this be in, like, November or something?
We're in November, but it aired last weekend.
Christmas is on my mind.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, usually episode, like, 43, 44 is when, like, Christmas usually starts.
Which it would be.
For Sentai-wise.
Oh, I hope you get a really fun Christmas episode.
It's great. A Lupinpato Christmas, and nobody gets along.
Again,
Sakura tries to ask Umika out, but she won't listen to him for long. I don't know.
The Christmas episode is going to be when they team up.
No.
Again.
It's going to be awkward. You're just going to be hanging out. Sakura gets a freaking Asuna a gift.
Asuna?
Or not Asuna.
Umika?
Umika, yeah.
Asuna?
Sorry, I'm thinking of Ultraman X.
What the fuck is this Sword Art Online bullshit?
Not that Asuna.
Oh! Ryder Custom mentions in our chat, can we get Lupin Xmas?
Just a combination of Lupin Red and...
I've stolen all the toys!
No, wait. Guys, get Good Striker quickly. Get Good Striker quickly.
Wait, would Lupin X...
I'm gonna take apart my fucking Pack Kaiser for that.
Yeah.
No.
I would prefer Lupin
Express.
Xmas, where it's a fusion between Kairi and Sakuya. Two fucking polar opposites.
Get it? Polar opposites? And I've apparently set off the civil defense siren.
Is this a missile warning? You just hear my voice.
By the way, one of my favorite Christmas memes is someone saying, like, instead of kissing under the mistletoe, you should have to fight someone under the mistletoe.
Yeah, missile
AKA
foe.
the missile foe. Someone's halls are getting decked!
Whoa!
Trick or treat, motherfucker!
Alright, so shall we move on to our featured topic? Hi, goodie.
Ichi, play the intro again!
Cue the roll call, fuck it.
So, yeah, Girlfriend Army. Why is
Welcome.
this fucking called Girlfriend Army?
Because they're girls and they're friends.
They're not girlfriends and they're not an army. So clearly they're a girlfriend army.
This show had nothing about girlfriends or armies.
Not with that attitude.
And Kamen Rider doesn't involve a Kamen or Rider anymore, but what's your point?
Their armor counts as a mask. And most of them ride bicycles.
No, they don't.
Hang on.
Sougo rode a bicycle in the first episode. He rode a bicycle and then a motorcycle in the second.
Anyways, I really like this crossover.
We were going to have your sister on to talk about it with us, but she apparently got busy.
Yeah, with League of Legends and exams.
Yellow Sister Auto.
See, now
Wait,
exams I understand, but if the actual reason was just League of Legends, I would have been a little pissed.
No, she loves League of Legends.
Christmas.
Yay, Pat Kaiser trains. We've already seen that.
Trains.
Christmas. Christmas. Silver and gold. No, wait.
Oh my god! Silver and gold.
Pretty much. Okay.
Fuck!
Herpeters.
So this is about
Thanks,
Umika and Tsukasa and no one else.
And this little girl.
Everyone else, they're on vacation.
Men are non-canon.
If you have a penis, fuck you.
Yeah, okay. That's the first question. Gar, a question for you. Do you consider this to be canon?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Yes, I agree. Because it has a best character, someone who very clearly figured out who the Lupins were.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Lane and I were watching, and he is hoping. I'm kind of hoping, but more him more than me is that this little girl will come into the show and be the reason that the Lupins and Patos discover each
She's
other.
the bridge.
she is the Christmas.
The Christmas
plot.
bridge.
Yeah.
She is the Christmas.
Thus proving that children are infinitely more intelligent than anyone else in this fucking universe.
Well, I'm shocked Blaine didn't make the other joke. Sorry, you. No witnesses.
Sorry, you know it.
No witnesses.
That's an Ultra Ranger joke.
Yep.
Exactly. You would know that if you actually listened to the episode.
Well, I don't.
We should. They're funny.
Sure, they're funny.
Well, maybe you should listen to the extras you're not here for.
No.
Why?
It's
Because it's already dated by the time it comes out.
So are yours.
Oh! I'm sorry, that was too much.
What am I in the middle of?
In-house fight.
Anyways, so
But I'm not in the house.
Tsukasa is
It's our
touring.
house.
Tsukasa is giving a tour of the fucking HQ to a girl because
Because she
and
Fuck
that is
it.
all the explanation you get.
I think it should have been like her niece or something, or like.
Isn't it like she works for a school newspaper?
Yeah, she's
That's
a
the
reporter.
flimsiest fucking pretext
yeah.
I've ever heard.
She's doing an article for the school paper about the GSPO.
Cool. Is it okay if I take photographs of your office and all your sensitive
Okay,
government documents?
I'll want this exception because it's you.
And then she spots
Is
the
this where you
Kumamu.
guys find the ganglers? Can I look at all your top secret files and sell them on the black market? I mean, put them in our yearbook?
Tee-hee. So, as she's running around, Tsukasa eyes the Kumamu, the little bear plushie on her bag, and immediately goes into full fetish fangirl squealing territory.
Yeah, and like we actually think she's actually like hugging the thing, and then she's not, thankfully. But like that would have been weird. But
And yet, not unexpected.
no, it's totally within her character.
Yeah. She's supposed to be the police officer, yet she's the one fantasizing about stealing a thing from a little girl.
Tsukasa is best Phantom Thief. Turn off Goody.
Phantom Thief. I really hope there's a secret like hidden toy that's not they haven't released anything about yet coming up where you put each character's thing in and it gives them the opposite form, so we can get like blue and yellow Patrangers
Lupin
and
blue or Lupin green and pink.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be Yongo, Gogo.
Patron Yongo and Gogo.
Yeah. And then it'd be pink,
Yeah.
green,
Or mine, Patron Jusango.
or best one of all, Happy Kitty.
but then Keitro and Kairi keep theirs. They get black and mine if Ichigo.
Wouldn't it be so funny if there's just an episode where Kairi dangles in front of Tsukasa the cutest fucking plushie she's ever seen, but to have it, she has to steal it. And that's how they start recruiting her.
You bastard!
But yeah, so in order to distract the small child from revealing her fetish and company secrets to the world, she invites her to lunch with me and you and Kumamu.
Wow. So what's our gangler for this episode?
It's a fucking recolor of one from the earlier episodes of the show.
Was there a recolor?
It's either the same suit or a recolor, but his name is Nanpario Penguino.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I do remember it looking strikingly similar.
Yeah, it's the same suit shape. It just, I think, is a recolor. And apparently his plan was blowing up Shogakukan, the publisher of Televi-kun.
Oh.
That's funny.
Not Televi-kun. Why is it they're always in danger in these specials?
Well, it's because, you know, it's their exclusive content,
Because
so they want to blow themselves up.
Because the creators are fucking masochists.
They want to make it look like Televi-kun is the most important fucking shit ever. Gamers want to destroy it. Roid Mudes want to fucking copy it.
So Lupin Yellow wrestles the dude to the ground and discovers that he doesn't have a collection item. And then he makes a big deal about it. I'm a misfit toy! I'm the gangler without a collection piece!
He has like a presentation with like on a stage with like text and everything above him. It was really weird.
So, Lupin Yellow and Patranger fight the monster, and you, the little girl, is there taking photos of the battle. And then the monster spots Kumamu, and as he's like reaching to grab it, the episode makes you think that he's actually a pedophile and is in love with the little girl.
I remember when I watched that, I was just like, "Holy shit, we've got a pedophile!"
And then no, it turns out he wants the bear.
Pedophilia?
This is weird for a Televi-kun special. This is what the kids want, right?
Yes.
That's someone's fetish.
If a gangler tries to touch you like this, run away.
Show me where in the figure art he touched you.
No, it's show me.
That'll never happen. Sometimes don't get figure arts anymore.
Yeah. It's just a Kamen Rider figure art. But yeah, he takes the bear and puts it in his safe. Haha, now I have a thing!
Now I have bear powers. Grr. I'm a bear.
That would have been funny if he just like grew claws. Oh shit!
No, it just
maybe the magic was inside me all along.
No, just he puts it into his safe. Just I feel warm and fuzzy.
Oh god, someone made the ninjas and the fucking ghost Damashi forms.
They're actually really impressive. Like, look at that!
Holy shit!
Holy shit! The ninjas are really impressive. Like, they even got like Star Ninja's helmet down.
That's creepy and amazing.
Wow.
That's creeptastic.
Disassemble the Soto figure where the gangler touched you. Take off the sticker. But yeah, so it kidnaps its Kumamu, and then Tsukasa and Umika are talking about it. Oh no, that's terrible! I wish I was there to help! And then Tsukasa's just
transformed. I mean,
like
given
Tsukasa, it just cuts to Tsukasa sitting in the HQ by herself at night, in there, just sitting at a table, doing nothing, and thinking about how helpless she was. And then bam, Umika's there at the window. In her
at one point, the girl said, like, if only the thieves and police could work together, but that'll never happen.
Get along!
It would be the only way they could get my thing back is the police and thieves work together, but that won't happen. They hate each other. And then Umika's like, must help little girl.
He touched me there.
Oh my goodness.
Just Keiichiro. Ah! Bad touch!
I love how the Keiichiro scream has become a meme, yet he only did it once in the second episode.
No, it was the first episode.
No, second.
Was it?
Was it?
It was second.
Yeah, because it was during the vehicle chase.
Oh, yeah. I could have sworn that was first, but whatever.
Well,
so,
you weren't first, Ichi.
Anyways.
People commented before you.
So the monsters are... So the yellow and pink scheme up a plan to apparently borrow Tsukasa's plushie collection and lead it on a fucking trail chase of, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, and like she used her like cherished collection to like draw him out.
I am surprised that she agreed to that.
Which, not gonna lie, yeah, that would also be me.
It's character development. It shows how much of a good person she is. She's willing to put her own like pride and joy into the
line of fire
to save someone else's.
So they lead the monster to that one spot where Muteki almost murdered Palad.
Don't bring up X-Aid.
Oh well, it was also that one spot in Kamen Rider Drive. I think it was in the chase.
I'm sorry, what was that about not bringing up?
Damn it.
Blaze, you're fueling the fire, my good sir.
Don't fuel the fire, sir.
Maybe you should stop playing with Emperor Dick Gun then, because I'm sure the clicking noises are annoying to people.
Sorry. I can't help it. When I have a toy in my hand, I just...
Gross.
I'm sorry, what was that about not mentioning? Wait.
Anyways, Yellow and Song go henshin and cue some terrible generic pop song as the fight happens. And then Yu realizes that Lupin Yellow is Umika.
Yeah, because like the whole time, like
immediately,
like because like you're supposed to believe that like there's like a thing like protecting the identity of Umika.
And Kogure, and there's actually canonical mention of the fact that the masks they wear somehow mask their identity. But I guess it only works on adults because you realize it fucking immediately.
Wasn't it like she didn't? Wasn't it just like the stupid like she said the same thing?
Yeah.
So that
in the same voice.
Yeah, with the same hair and the same face.
And to add to the gangler being a creepo pedophile, he also makes a comment like, "Oh, they say to him, what you did is not love, it's kidnapping," and he responds with, "Taking love by force is how I love things." Oh, good! So you're not only a creeper and a pedophile, but you're also a rapist.
Whoa.
Can we murder this thing now?
I mean, I think that was a given.
Yeah.
And so they
when
use a
someone's a creeper and a pedophile, you should automatically assume they're a rapist.
It's like the trifecta of being a terrible person.
So they use a combination of biker and cyclone. And
the Triforce of asshole.
Which I call Froget.
The Triforce of asshole.
They use the bike clone, and with an attack they call Girl's Heartbreak! And destroy the monster.
Oh yeah, because you're going for a helicopter ride while also being driven in the dirt.
Ooh. Is that how you got your heart broken?
I'm a heartbreaker. My name is Charles.
Oh, god damn it.
Anyone get that
It's a Pokemon joke. It's that guy from Black and White.
Okay.
Who rode a motorcycle.
My name's Charles.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like rotation battles.
So yeah, so they... like the bears like wrecked slightly, and so like they're like, oh, we need to fix it. So then like
I would have hired that guy.
They take it back to Umika, who is apparently good at sewing. I don't know if that was ever established.
I mean, she made costumes, didn't she?
So she like goes over, the girl like goes over, thanks to Casa, and then she like goes over to Umika and just like whispers like, "Thank you, Thief Chan. Like, don't worry, your secret's safe with me." And she's just like, but what?
I'll be back to blackmail you later. I want majority stock.
It's like, wait, you know my identity? Yeah, my older sister knows an Ultraman. Come on, Lane, you gotta know who I'm referencing.
Yeah.
The girl.
I don't.
The girl from Ultraman, or that basically, there was one character before the finale that knew Guy's identity as Ultraman Orb.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice.
And instead of writing like emails or sending an e-card or something, they send letters.
They write correspondence to each other.
Yeah.
Because Japan.
Keeping the postal industry alive.
No, because Japan.
Well, because an email could be tracked.
Oh, I also like when they're talking to Umika about sewing the doll, she responds with, "Oh, I'll just teach you guys how to sew so you can do it yourselves next time."
Yay.
And she like sits them down like, "My training is gonna be rough." And she looks at Tsukasa. "I think we can do it." And Tsukasa looks at her watch and then attempts to bail, but Umika stops her. And I'm just like, "Oh no, you're in boot camp now, bitch."
My training is gonna be rough. At the end of it, they just have broken hands. Why did you teach us to sew with a hammer?
Oh yeah, and the reason the letters come up is because you sent them a letter. "I made up with my friend whose bear this was. She doesn't have a name, but we made up."
Yeah.
She's not important enough for the writers to give her a name.
Yeah.
It's just like, her parents are gonna give her a name when she's old enough, and so that she can have a name that reflects her characteristics.
Just like
and
the stagehand and the boss lady from another Wizard arc, they were not given names.
No, Lupinranger Patranger is the series that takes place after Zio. She's their daughter.
Oh god. They did get married.
So overall, in the end, honestly, I enjoyed this special. I thought it was fun.
Same.
And it was cool just seeing these two team up again since like the last time they did.
I mean, it was fun seeing Tsukasa freak out about the dolls, and the Gangler was kind of entertaining. But other than that, this was clearly filler.
Fun filler though.
Good filler.
I'm looking forward to seeing on film to see Keitaro and Kairi having to work together.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so. I really like the way that a single Patranger and a single Lupinranger realize they have to work together and put aside their differences for the greater good. Those scenes are always my favorite in the show.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Jackpot Striker.
Oh, right. I also liked how this episode, pretty much how this, Televikun special was, an episode length. So, it was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it was 15 minutes. Episodes are 22, 24 minutes.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the opening.
But it was still pretty long.
The openings aren't fucking 5-10 minutes. They're a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's still an extra minute, though.
Anyways, it was a good length.
I'm still sad we don't have an ending.
Actually, it reminds me...
And they had to be sacrificed so that both teams get full-length openings.
Especially since now we have... Since now we've seen...
They merged the two songs!
Yeah, but... Exactly.
It's still a minute and a half, like every other Sentai opening.
No, but I'm saying they
use both their song budget on one song.
The ending so that both teams can have two separate songs. That's what I'm saying.
All their song
the episode's a bit longer, because two teams.
Yeah, that as well.
We have an extra minute and a half of episode.
And yet the Patos are the one getting all the character development now.
Especially since now we've seen that Noel can get collection pieces used on him if they're fired at him. I now really want to see them use Good Striker in Lupin mode, have him split into both Patran X and Lupin X, and then have both teams do a finisher move with their full team.
No, I got it.
Probably happen at some point.
We get Tsukasa to hold the Siren Striker, in which Sakia or Keijiro is confused, and we just have Tsukasa say, "Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit."
You fucking asshole!
Yeah,
that just fires it at them so that they can't file for.
Decade reference. Well played.
Don't worry, this will only tickle for a minute.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, wait.
Hey, at least you're not turning into a dragon. Or a giant beetle. Or a bow and arrow.
Or a giant fucking belt.
Alright.
That'd be fucking ridiculous, right?
So, what's next week?
That's the thing I think we need to decide on, because apparently next week there are no airing episodes.
Because of Culture Day.
So... we have a chance to talk about something else if we want.
Show appreciation!
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah! Let's talk
I think our featured topic for the next episode will be the final episode of Kamen Rider Rogue. But on top of that, we can talk about 2 episodes of other shows if we want.
Well, you guys can decide on that. I'm not here.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Dunville.
Damn.
Damn.
Let's see, what show does Gar love the most?
We can shit on.
What about
Live Man?
Bakugan?
No!
Oh.
We're not doing Bakugan.
I'm gonna force you to do Bakugan one day.
What about the first 2 episodes of Metallics?
Or here's a hindsight, since we're talking about in the future. Why not some episodes of Go Onger?
Ooh.
It makes sense.
There you go.
I hate it, but okay.
Yay! We'll do that.
There. A few episodes of Go Onger.
So go on and find it.
Go on and find it. Sure.
That series goes on and on and on.
So anyways, you can find us on all our shit and like us. Thank you. This is very Sentai Castranger. Good night.
Schwa for now.
Come to Discord. Talk with assholes like me.
Thank you, Blaze, for joining us.
You will not rush my outro, bitch.
Yes, I will.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
So for those who are listening for the first time, We are Radio Sentai Castranger, a gaggle of Toronto-based nerdy assholes who get together every week to talk about the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai shows, which are basically the Japanese origin of Power Rangers and the like. Primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com, through which you can find all of our other links, such as our Discord server, iTunes, Google Play, Spoofy, merchandise, and our Patreon, where you can consider pledging to help us make the show better for you. I will say now, I have upgraded our Patreon, and edited versions of specifically the main show, Radio Sentai Castranger, go up on Patreon as soon as they are finished, which is usually Saturday, maybe Sunday, depending on how busy I am. But for anyone who is listening not live and would like to hear the finished episodes early, you have the chance to do so with a simple $1 a month donation to Patreon. And if anyone has any other ideas for things that would be worthwhile on Patreon, feel free to toss them in the comments. # comments for Lane.
That's right. Feed me. I'm hungry.
I keep forgetting to do that. I need to do that again.
All right.
Sorry.
So,
it's okay.
First reactions.
We'll do it right now.
Goodbye.
So thank you all for listening, and we'll hear you next week. Don't hold your breath this time.
Bye-bye.